Hey guys, we are back with another song by Eminem. And which one are we doing today?
Today we're doing Alfred's theme.
Okay. I don't know. I know you say you showed me every single song on this album and the other album before, but I don't know. I can't think of it.
So this is one of the more popular songs on the album.
Oh,
It's
really?
very long. It's almost 6 minutes, I believe.
So it's going to be a long video.
There's no discernible chorus. There's a few breaks in his rhyming, and it is straight punchline after punchline. Like you won't go more than 2 lines without there being a bar to catch. I mean, most of them are obvious, but it's a lot. It's very
We're going to be here like all night.
probably.
I mean, you, the viewer, you at home, you're the only one who knows how long this video is.
Yeah, we don't
I'm
know.
going to take a guess. I'm going to guess it's at least over an hour. What's your over-under? Over an hour, under an hour. I'm going for over.
I'm actually going to say under. I'm
All right.
thinking 50,
Well,
50,
you know who wins.
50 something minutes.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty straightforward.
All right.
Yes, and we'll do what we normally do. If you guys aren't familiar, we're going to listen, pause at some point, break it down, all that.
Yep.
Yes.
Can I have my bag?
Yes.
This video is sponsored by Carnivore Snacks. And it is one of my absolute favorite snacks and my absolute favorite meat snack. This is the bison sliders. And all the sliders are my absolute favorite. The lamb sliders are my super favorite. And they all have super minimal ingredients. Almost every single product they create has only 2 ingredients. There's one that's like a mixed bag with some different meats in it. So that has more than 1 ingredient. But it's always just going to be a meat and salt. So this is grass-fed bison and Redmond real salt. It's regeneratively raised, all of the animals that they use. And absolutely delicious. It's like eating a meat potato chip. It's Joe Rogan's favorite snack, as seen right there. And you can use our coupon code WithSmith for 15% off your first purchase. And the link is in the description below for that as well. We are also sponsored by SeatGeek, which is a great website to buy tickets for literally anything like concerts, sporting events, comedians, Broadway, if you're into that. And yeah, literally super easy, super great website to use. And you can use our coupon code WithSmith right here for $20 off your first purchase. And the link is in the description below. Damn, Drake is still going.
Yeah.
He's still in New York? No, I don't know where Wells Fargo Center is, but if you do, well, he'll be there on August 1st.
Yes.
Yeah. And also definitely follow us on social media channels. We'll put our handle right there if you are interested. I have been posting more. I'll be posting this weekend because we got some stuff we're doing.
Nice.
Some fun stuff.
Okay, so as I said, this is Alfred's theme. He actually samples the Alfred Hitchcock TV show theme song. So I wonder if
I didn't realize there was a TV show.
Yeah, we
He's done
discussed
so
this.
much. I know, but I have pregnancy brain and I don't remember.
Yeah, so this is track number 3 off of Music to Be Murdered By, side B. So I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to pause this because, again, there's no chorus, so we'll figure this out as we go. Here we go.
Before I check the mic, I give it an extra swipe with a Lysol disinfectant wipe. Coronavirus in effect tonight. Antiseptics on deck, I got every type. I throw on my tux, then I give 0 fucks, then I act like a jock strap. Cup my nuts, then I check my ball hair. Make sure it's all there. They call the pallbearer. It's music to be murdered by. Again, why stop? Overkill like a pipe bomb in your pine box. You're all hitched to my cock. Went from punching the time clock to getting my shot, then treated it like a cyclops. Like it's the only one I got. And my thoughts are like 9's cock. Every line's obscene, perverted as mine. Got the dirtiest rhyme stock. That's why there's parental advising. Every time I drop, so throwing the theme to Alfred, I'll channel him like the Panama Canal. But how could I get up in arms about you saying trash is all that I put out? Bitch, I still get the bag, but I'm putting garbage out. Plus the potty mouth, I'm not about to wash it out. The filthiest, so all this talk about I'm washed up how preposterous. Because if cleanliness is next to godliness, it's obvious that it's impossible for me to be beside myself. And I'm about that capital, like a proper noun. Still on top the pile, got me sitting on numbers like a pocket dial. Quick to call you out on your bullshit, don't make me give that crocodile. if I do it, see you later, alligator. Made it out the trailer, then I made a vow to cater to no one, so hate I've gained about the same amount that's in my bank account. So here's some more shit for you to complain about. I say the bars that never slack, but always get attacked. I think they're gunning for me, it's starting to feel like that. Like I'm marked, cause when I rap, it's like falling on my back in a tar pit, cause I have this target on my back.
Okay. So that's still the first verse, but, didn't finish it. But
Sorry, it smells like Luna, like shit, but she didn't. And it was something just smelled bad, and it was distracting me through the whole first verse.
okay.
But I can't find her.
She's behind us.
Oh, well, yeah.
Dog.
She farts a lot, and it's distracting because it's putrid.
All right. So that wasn't even the end of the first verse. But,
Yeah.
So we run into this problem where if we play a song all the way through, we end up breaking it down for like a very long period of time, and that gets very tedious. So
Yes.
as annoying as it is that we're pausing in the middle of the song, I promise you, you're going to be grateful that we actually ever, yeah, because it's a nightmare when we play the whole song and then break the whole song down after.
That is true.
All right.
If you're here for the breakdown, that is.
Yeah.
If you're just here for the reaction, you can skip this part.
Yeah. Okay. So he starts off just talking. He says, before I check the mic, I give it an extra swipe with the Lysol disinfectant wipe. Coronavirus in effect tonight. Antiseptics on deck. I got every type. So
Okay.
this album is released 2020, the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Very early on, actually. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I think I remember that being like everyone was still like fearful of everything.
yeah, this was like, you and I never got crazy about the pandemic,
No.
but in this period of time, even us, we didn't have a clue what was going on. Do you know what I
In
mean?
the very beginning, though, when I would go food shopping, I was wiping the groceries down with Lysol wipes.
Yeah, we
Like
didn't know.
literally that first week, like that
Mhm.
first food shop we did, when you just kept hearing that everyone was dying from whatever was going on. I was just like wiping everything down with Lysol and spraying it with Lysol.
So that's what he's referring to.
Yeah.
And he actually comes back to it another point in the song. So it's interesting. It gives you a time frame of, oh, this was going on at this time when the song was created.
Yeah, I remember that. It was so weird. It was like, are we all just gonna die? Like,
Yeah.
what?
All right. So then he starts. He says, I throw on my tux, then I give zero fucks, then I act like a jockstrap, cut my nuts, then I check my ball hair, make sure it's all there, then call the pole bear.
Just shave it.
Yeah. So he puts on his tux. He's getting fancy. Gives fucks.
Nice and fancy.
And then so the bar is act like a jockstrap, cut my nuts. So
Because jock straps cut your nuts.
yeah, so he's like grabbing
What
his
is
balls.
the point of a jock strap? Like, isn't it just like
It'll hold a cup to protect
right?
your
Okay.
nuts. And then he says, then check my ball hair, which obviously goes with the nuts and the cup, and then make sure
Yeah.
it's all there. That's why he even does the ad lib. You can see it there. It says what? And then call the pole bear because he's about to murder. Right. All right. And then
Like very random. When I was little, and you just like rummage through your parents' room because you're like little and like no one's there. So you're like, oh, let's snoop around, whatever. I remember finding a jock strap in one of my dad's drawers, and I didn't know what it was, and I thought it was just like man thongs. This is so weird. Why does he have this?
Yeah, it's funny. So then he continues. He says, it's music to be murdered by again. Why stop? Overkill like a pipe bomb in your pine box. You're all hitched to my cock.
Okay. So like overkill because if you're already in your pine box, you're in your coffin. So there's no need for a bomb of any sort. You're already dead.
And then you're hitched to my cock. It's obviously a play
Hitchcock.
on Alfred Hitchcock.
And
So,
also like you're on my dick.
exactly. Then he says, went from punching a time clock to getting my shot, then treated it like Cyclops, like it's the only one I got.
Okay, so he like I don't remember what he did for work prior to this,
A
but
few
obviously
different
just a
things.
menial job, menial,
Mm-hmm.
menial, whatever. And then he got his shot at being famous. But is it also like getting your shot like COVID? Is that what he's talking about?
So,
I don't know.
not necessarily, but it's
No.
the treat it like a Cyclops, like it's the only one I got.
Oh, one eye.
Yeah.
Cyclops.
Yes.
One eye.
And he says, and my thoughts are like nines cocked. So,
Gun.
like 9mm, they're ready to go.
I have one of those.
Then he says, every line's obscene, pervertedest mind, got the dirtiest rhyme stocked, That's why there's parental advising every time I drop.
Okay, so you said that in a way. So it's an I scheme. So like Visine, because like advising, like Visine eye drops
That's
and
the
then
way
eye drop.
that's the way he delivers the line. He
Mm-hmm.
advising, he doesn't even say the G really. So anyway, yeah, he's saying all the lines in his raps are obscene and perverted, and and they're the dirtiest. So he invokes this dirtiness, right? So like obscene, but also like dirt, as opposed to
Okay.
clean, and then just keep that in mind in the next few lines.
Okay.
So then, yeah, you already pointed out there's parental advising every time I drop. So every time he puts out music, there's a parental advisory sticker because there's cursing and stuff. And then, like you already pointed out, the double entendre.
Yeah.
So then he says, so throw on the theme to Alfred. I'll channel him like the Panama Canal.
Because it's a channel.
Yes. Then he says, but how could I? Let me make sure I didn't skip that. It's weird because there's only a few lines on each screen.
I hate that.
But how could I get up in arms about you saying trash is all that I put out? Bitch, I still get the bag when I'm putting garbage out.
Trash scheme and then getting the bag. Like I'm still winning, even when I'm just putting out my garbage. So doing something like trivial, not even related to making money, still making money.
Well, so yes. So he says, I can't get upset when you guys are saying that my music's trash, right?
Right.
You're saying trash is all that I put out. And he's like, okay, even if it is trash, I'm still making a shitload of money off of it,
And
right?
when I do
I
put,
still get the bag.
oh, so I took it as the other way. Like he's saying, like I get paid all hours of the day, like even when I'm just putting my trash
So
out,
no,
like
I mean,
literal trash.
well, no, yeah. So there's a few meanings there because the bag also goes with the garbage bag, but the bag of
Yeah.
money. But you're saying trash is all that I put out. I still get the bag, so I still get money even when I'm
Even when he puts out trash.
bad music. But like you said, he's getting money even when he's doing that. You know what I mean? So there's like a
Like
few different.
literally putting out the garbage.
Exactly, yeah. So he's just saying I make money, so I don't care if you guys are
Yeah, like
saying
no
it's
matter
trash.
what.
Then he says, plus the potty mouth. I'm not about to wash it out. The filthiest. So all this talk about I'm washed up, how preposterous. Because if cleanliness is next to godliness, it's obvious that it's impossible for me to be beside myself.
Okay, so potty mouth, we wash it out with soap, and then it's filthy, and then washed up. So kind of like a cleaning bathroom
That's what I was just
scheme.
referring to the dirtiest mind before.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you pointed it all out. The potty mouth. I'm not about to wash it out. So again, he's like, I'm dirty, right? I'm not going to wash it out, right?
Yeah.
I'm dirty. I'm the filthiest. So all this talk about washed up, meaning saying he's not as good anymore, but he's doing a double entendre, like the dirty, clean. He's saying how preposterous. Because if cleanliness is next to godliness, it's obvious for me. It's obvious that it's impossible for me to be beside myself.
So he couldn't be clean and God if they're both next to each other and not the same thing.
Yes, because he's God, he can't be next to himself, so he's not clean. He's the dirtiest. He's the filthiest, like he was saying. That's a very clever line. I love that line.
And the cleanliness also goes in with the bathroom scheme that's going on up there.
Yes, the potty mouth, the wash it out, like all that. Yes. So I love that line. Then he continues. He says, and I'm about that capital like a proper noun, still on top of the pile. Got me sitting on numbers like a pocket dial. Quick to call you out on your bullshit. Don't make me give that crocodile.
So, capital proper noun would be like a name, person, city, anything that gets a capital with a name,
Mm-hmm.
like Jessica or like New York.
Yeah, you capitalize the first letter.
Yeah. And then on top of the pile, meaning he's like number one still, and sitting on numbers like a pocket dial. What's sitting on numbers? Like hits?
So,
Money?
well, he still does numbers. He still sells people the streams, which it would be now. Like his numbers of albums sold is still very high.
And then crocodile.
So, so sitting on numbers like a pocket dial. So that's the double entendre, right?
Oh,
He
yeah,
does
because
big
that happens when
numbers,
you sit on your phone.
and then he says, "Quick to call you out on your bullshit." So
Like
pocket dial,
Bernstein.
call, and then don't make me give that croc a dial.
Okay.
So don't make me literally call the croc. So The
Like a crock
bullshit.
of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
call you
then
on your
like
bullshit.
alligator, crocodile.
Yeah. So he does the call you on your bullshit crocodile. So that thing. And then the next line is, because if I do, see you later, alligator.
And like
So
crocodile, alligator.
made it out the trailer. Then I made a vow to cater to no one. So hate, I've gained about the same amount that's in my bank account. So here's some more shit for you to complain about.
So pretty self-explanatory, and then
Yeah.
basically saying that like the amount of hate, if I guess you quantified it, is equal to the amount of money he has,
Yes. So
which is a lot.
yeah, I actually don't remember where we paused right now. I'm like totally blanking. So here's more shit complain. So here's more shit for you to complain about. I say the okay, this is the last page. I actually remember now.
You said like one and then something seven. I don't know if it
remember.
was 27 or 37.
So here's more shit for you to complain about. I say the bars that never slack, but always get attacked. I think they're gunning for me. It's starting to feel like that, like I'm marked, because when I rap, it's like falling on my back in a tar pit, because I have this tar get on my back. And he said, ew, yuck, ad lib.
Yeah, I'm not picking up anything.
So it's straightforward. His bars don't lack, right? But he gets attacked for it. So he's invoking this. He's being attacked, right? People are coming after him.
Yeah.
They're gunning for me. It's starting to feel like that. So they're coming after him. Like I'm marked. So again, the same type of thing.
Target.
Because I'm full. It's like I'm falling on my back in a tar pit because I have this tar get on my back.
Okay. So like a good rhyme there.
Yeah.
Good
So
little
in
rhyme.
the tar pit, if he's falling backwards, he would literally have tar on his back if he fell into a tar pit. And
Yeah.
then he says, I have this target on my
Oh,
back.
yeah. Okay.
All right. I
Okay.
think this is where we paused. If not, sorry.
Whatever.
Yes.
But always get attacked. I think they're gunning for me, it's starting to feel like that. Like I'm marked, cause when I rap, it's like falling on my back in a tar pit. Cause I have this target on my back. Hell yeah. But if I ever double crossed my fans and lost my stance, I'd probably pop 5 Xans. Go in my garage, start my band, inhale as much carbon monoxide and exhaust I can, and doze off like. But odds like that with these thoughts I have's like a giant getting squashed by ants. If this is the test, the time I pass with flying colors, like I just tossed my crayons. Small, medium, and large size cans, sanitizers of all types, brands, cost 9 bands, which is a small price for Lysol wipes. And if my palms brush across my pants, I wash my hands. Shit. Hold on, man. Motherfucker. Happy birthday to fuck. I sit in silence in candlelit environments, sipping wild Irish while getting violent. Homicidal visions when I'm spitting like this, but really I'm just fulfilling my wish of killing rhymes, which is really childish and silly, but I'm really like this. I'm giving nightmares to Billie Eilish. I'm Diddy side bitch. What the fuck? Hold on, wait. I'm Diddy side bitch. Oh. I'm still east side, bitch. So till the E&D, Cincy PMD, been giving y'all the business. DRE and me, from the MMLP to MTBMB. Bitches 2020, you still ain't seeing me. So call me Santa Claus, cause at the present, I out-rap them all. I'm at the mall, got your bitch in a bathroom stall. She can suck a basketball through a plastic straw with a fractured jaw. My dick is coat check, she wanna jack it off. I'm so far past the bar, I should practice law. Mentally, I'm fucked up, generally. Duke's a hazard car. Get the cadaver dogs, cause this is murder, and you get murk. This music about to kill you. This chicken hit my phone. She said, chirp, chirp. I said, hut, hike your skirt. Then go eat some worms, like the early bird. What the fuck is love? That's a dirty word. Make me fall in it. It's not a girl on Earth or any other planet. That's a world of hurt.
Okay. That's our last pause. I'm going to play it out. But again, it would be way too much to do just the rest of the song.
Yeah.
All right. So we finished with the target. Okay. So then he continued where we left off. He says, but if I ever double crossed my fans and lost my stands, I'd probably pop 5 Xans, go in my garage, start my van, inhale as much carbon monoxide and exhaust I can.
So he'd kill himself.
Yeah. He doesn't want to lose his fans and his stands, right? He'd go back to doing drugs and then kill himself. Exactly. He says, and doze off like, and then you hear him just do a snore. So he's imitating the carbon monoxide in his car. But odds like that, with these thoughts I have's, like a giant getting squashed by ants. If this is the test of time, I'd pass with flying colors like I just tossed my crayons.
It's funny. Tossing crayons like flying colors.
Yeah, so he's saying the odds, it's never going to happen that he's going to
Yeah,
double
for
cross his
sure.
fans, lose his stands, and
Because
then,
a giant, like ants will never squash a giant.
yes, and then if this is the test of time, meaning like his longevity, he's been in this for a while, right? If this is the test of how long you could stay in the rap game and relevant or
Well,
whatever,
he's done it.
he'd pass with flying colors like he tossed his crayons.
And he's like calling himself a giant.
Yes, exactly. All right, then he says small, medium, and large size cans, sanitizers of all types, brands, cost 9 bands, which is a small price for Lysol wipes. And if my palms brush across my pants, I wash my hands.
So this is another with the COVID. Like I remember you literally couldn't get any of that shit for a while. Like hand sanitizer was like you couldn't find it. Lysol sold out everywhere. I remember we ran out of hand soap and I'm just looking for hand soap and like there's nothing.
Yeah,
The only thing left over was like the natural shit that's like, oh, it has nothing in it.
yeah,
And it's just like there's
I remember
literally
that.
everything was cleared out. No fucking toilet paper.
Yeah,
People are like hoarding toilet paper. Like, I guarantee you there are still people who have leftover toilet paper from their COVID
COVID.
hoard in 2020.
Yeah, so it was wild. So that's exactly what he was talking about. He has all different sizes of sanitizers, right? And different brands. And he says cost 9 bands. So it cost $9,000. So he spent $9,000 on that stuff. And he says, which is a small price for Lysol wipes. So he's saying, he's had to spend that
Hoarding.
much, but he's like, it was worth it, because, he's talking about prices getting gouged, all that. But then to reemphasize, I guess, how paranoid he was at this time, he says, if my palms brush across my pants, I wash my hands. So he was like, oh my God, I'm going to get sick. And then this is the pause, which technically ends the first verse here. Then he literally stops rapping and he's just talking. He says, shit, hold on, man, motherfucker. And then he's singing happy birthday as he's washing his hands, which was the guidance. I don't know if you remember.
That's always the guidance. It's the guidance for children too.
Yeah, if you want to know the amount of time you're supposed to wash your hands, they say sing happy birthday to yourself, and that's the proper amount of time to do it.
Like the whole song or just like one verse?
There's more than one verse?
I don't know.
Yeah, I only know the
I don't know.
happy
Well,
birthday
are you gonna
song.
go into like how old are you now?
Yeah,
You
I
could be
don't know
there for a
about
really long fucking time.
that. Yeah,
Like I'm 31. I'll be washing my hands for like 15 minutes.
yeah. And then he says, fuck. All right. So this is technically the second verse. It says, I sit in silence in candlelit environments, sipping wild Irish while getting violent, homicidal visions when I'm spitting like this, but really I'm just fulfilling my wish of killing rhymes, which is really childish and silly, but I'm really like this. I'm giving nightmares to Billie Eilish. I'm Diddy's side bitch.
Okay. So, I mean, what pulls out to me is giving nightmares to Billie Eilish because if you know anything about her or you know like her music, I forget the name of the album, but it's the one that has oh God. Barry Friend. I don't know if that came out around this time that's what he was referring to, but like it's kind of like a horrorcore type album.
So,
Like the cover is her, but she looks like a demon
so they're
or like
not.
a zombie.
So there was an interview where she said she was terrified of Eminem growing up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what he's
Okay.
referring to. So
That's kind of weird.
just the beginning of the I sit in silence in candlelit environments. It's a play on I sit alone in my four cornered room, which I think it was the Ghetto Boys, but a bunch of different rappers. I think like Rick Ross, a bunch of different rappers have taken that scheme. The I sit in silence, I sit alone in my four corner room, staring at Hammer, whatever it is. So that's like a little tip of the cap to them. But
Right.
he's saying he sits in silence in candlelit rooms, sipping wild Irish and getting violent. So he's drinking,
Whiskey.
yeah. And then the homicidal visions when I'm sitting like this. But he has these these visions of killing people, but he's really just wants to kill rhymes. And he says it's silly, but this is what I do. This is what I am. This is my life. And then I'm giving nightmares to Billie Eilish, which we just discussed. And then he says I'm Diddy's side bitch, which is funny because
It's funny, but it's like it's fun. But then it's kind of like, ah, come on, because like you had to have done that
well, of
intentionally.
course he did. So it's a little
Unless he recorded it first and said it by accident.
It's a little nod to the MGK beef because
Oh, right.
that was the
Right.
whole
'Cause
thing. He's
that's
like,
what he considers MGK to be because he's with Diddy.
yeah, he's like, your idiot boss pops pills and you got permission, you got the okay from Diddy to record a video. Little kitty, go play that whole thing. So then he says, what the fuck? Hold on. And then you hear him flipping through his papers, trying to read what he wrote down. And he says, I'm Diddy's side bitch. And he says, oh, I'm still East Side bitch. So it's silly. It's not necessarily necessary, but it's very funny. All right. So then this is technically the third verse, which is the rest of the song. Fuck, I'm forgetting again where we paused, but I think I'll remember it when we see it. So he says, so tell the E&D, since EPMD,
What's that?
so that's a group, EPMD,
Oh,
an old hip hop group, the 80s and stuff. Been giving you all the business, DRE and me, from the MMLP to MTBMB. Bitch, it's 2020, you still ain't seeing me.
okay. So you just touched on that in the beginning, and then obviously mentions Dr. Dre, then Marshall Mathers LP, then Music to Be Murdered By, and then it's 2020. You ain't seeing me because 2020 vision. Literally every single freaking person in the whole entire world did their New Year's Eve photos, and they're like 2020 vision. Like,
It's funny.
yeah,
So yeah, so you covered it all just from the end since the PMD. So really from then till the end, like he's just doing a play on that, but he's been doing his thing for as long as, from the
long,
beginning to
long
the
time.
end. All right. Then he says, so call me Santa Claus, because at the present, I out rap 'em all. I'm at the mall. Got your bitch in a bathroom stall. She could suck a basketball through a plastic straw with a fractured jaw.
Okay, so Santa Claus, present, like gifts, out rap them all, like rap as in like rap music, but then rap as in like wrapping paper. He's
Hmm.
at the mall.
Like Santa.
Santa's at the mall.
Yeah.
Eminem, why is Eminem at the mall? I don't know. He's just at the mall.
Well,
Um,
he explains what he's doing at the mall.
oh, right. He's with your girl in the bathroom. And he's giving him head, and she's allegedly good at it.
Yeah, suck a basketball through a plastic straw, which is impossible, but she could even do it with a fractured jaw.
Which means she got not getting the suction that she needs.
Yeah. Then he says, my dick is coat check. She wouldn't jack it off. I'm so far past the bar. I should practice law. Mentally, I'm fucked up. Generally, Dukes of Hazzard car. Get the cadaver dogs.
So Dick's coat check, jack it off. Like you bring your jacket to coat check, but then like jerking off. And then past the bar. The bar is the law exam to become a lawyer. Is it to become a lawyer or to get into law school? It's to get into law school,
No,
right?
lawyer. To be a
The
lawyer.
goal set is to get into law school,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Right.
That's how you get your license, the bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's the bar.
I knew there was a test to get in and a test after. I just wasn't sure. Whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
So I
He's
don't know if you're
fucked
gonna
up.
I don't know if you're gonna know this reference.
Dukes of Hazzard car. It's like a red.
Orange. It has the Confederate flag on the hood.
Yes.
Okay, so he says
Red, orange. They're the same freaking color.
mentally I'm fucked up generally.
General Lee.
Yes.
Like Robert E. Lee.
Which is the name of the car. It's the General Lee
Oh.
in the Dukes of Hazzard, which also has the Confederate
The
flag
Confederate
on it.
flag on top.
Yes, so he says I'm fucked up General Lee, but General Lee
I missed that.
Dukes of Hazzard car, which is the name of the Dukes of Hazzard car.
Yes.
It's just cool. Then he says, get the cadaver dogs. So dead bodies.
Dead people.
He says, because this is murder, murder, and you'll get murked, murk. This music about to kill you. Burp, burp. This
Gun.
chicken hit my phone. She said, chirp, chirp. I said, hut, hut. Hike your skirt, skirt.
Okay, so he's just like double saying the words twice, and then chicken's like a girl. She's trying to talk to him, and he's like, I don't care. Just pull up your skirt.
Yeah, so the murder, you get murked. This music about to kill you. And then the burp, burp, it's like the gun. And then, like you pointed out, and then the chicken said, chirp, chirp. So chickens chirp.
Yeah.
And then the girl, yes. And then, like you already pointed out.
Bok, bok.
Yes. I don't remember if we heard this part.
We did.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then he says, then go eat some worms like the early bird. What the fuck is love? That's a dirty word. Make me fall in it. There's not a girl on earth or any other planet that's a world of hurt.
So the worms, that's like a nod to that song, Nobody Likes Me.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that. It's, the early bird gets the worm, is that saying.
And then, what is love? Dirty word. Not a girl on earth that can make him fall in love. Kind of self-explanatory.
So yeah, he says that's a dirty word, make me fall in it. There's not a girl on Earth or any other planet that's a world of hurt. So falling, you would get hurt, right? And
Yeah.
then Earth is another planet. So there's that. Um, okay, I don't know if we heard that. We're picking up here, and we're gonna play the rest of
Okay.
the song out. I don't think we actually heard
We
this
did.
line.
No, we did. I heard this.
Whatever.
I think I heard this.
I don't know if we
Wait,
did.
I heard it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I heard it.
Go eat some worms, like the early bird. What the fuck is love? That's a dirty word. Make me fall in it. It's not a girl on Earth or any other planet. That's a world of hurt. And I won't buy a designer, cause I don't pander. But I'm back with so many knots, I need a chiropractor. And it's the final chapter, cause I'm either frying after, or they gon' give me the needle, like a vinyl scratcher. Yeah, I'm a card, like Hallmark, at Walmart with a small cart buying raw art. And y'all who claim to be dogs aren't. No bite, like a tree, mostly just all bark, arf, arf. But y'all picking the wrong tree, they call me Dog B, cause I'm Bar King. Bark, 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 and I got a lot, yeah, like where cars park. I describe it as bowling. Why? Ball hard. Balls hard. Cause the gutter's where my mind isn't winning. It's in this frame, but I split like the 5 and the 10. Cause without a second to spare, I'm striking again. And when the beat is up my alley, I go right for the pins. The cipher begins. I'm talking smack like heroin. The mic's a syringe. It's like a binge. Vicodin. I would liken the tin. My mind is a recycling bin. There's no place I never been, but I never budge and I never been. You hyperextend on me. This game's life, it depends. Like adult diapers for men. Even when I'm rapping less stellar, it's sour grapes. I still whine. I'm the bestseller. Like a trade do spray you as these shots penetrate through Dre's booth and go straight through your grapefruit. No escape route, so you won't leave here just scathed with a few scrape wounds. Your ass is grass and I am not gonna graze you, but at bars with semi-max, I be the mad hatter. Cause I got so many caps and you don't have any straps, so you'd be a fitted. So don't act like you fit in the snap. Bitch, I'll pee on your head like a Phillies hat. No stopping me, you're on a window shopping spree. Bitch, you'd probably go broke at the Dollar Tree. You never buy shit, or you ever cops a plea. You're always punking out like Halloween. You rather opt to flee. You need to stop it, punk. Homie, you're not a G. Act like you got the pump. You're gonna cock the heat or get the Glock and dump. Bitch, if you shot a tree, you wouldn't pop the trunk. Yeah, and I'm buddies with Alfred. We about to disembowel them, gut them and scalp them. Yeah, this is about to be the bloodiest outcome, cause we gon' make you bleed with every cut from this album. So I'm chopping them up like Dom with the nut, job with the nuts, to the bigger than Jabba the Hutt. I'm in the cut and I'm out for the blood. It's looking like it's that time of the month, carving them up with the bars while I sharpen them up, dogging them up. I'm gonna fuck your mom in the butt with a thermometer, fucking phenomenal. But y'all look, get cut the fuck up like abdominals. If you don't vomit, no, I keep dropping like dominoes. The formidable, abominable, stomping the mud hole in my comp, even if it's off the top of the dome. Sound them, get the copper tournament to stop and go, copping the mop and glow. Got your stomach and knots like you swallow rope. You out of pocket though, like a motherfucking wallet stone. Wait, why'd the beat cut off? Fuck it.
Okay. So there's a lot.
Yeah. 'Cause he starts going faster.
Yeah, at the last like 10 seconds or so. All right. So we left off here. It's a world of hurt. And he says, and I won't buy a designer. I don't know if it's I won't buy her designer because I don't pander.
Like Panda.
Which-
Designer.
yeah,
The song.
Yeah, that was his
Panda,
song,
panda,
Designer.
panda, panda,
Because I don't pander.
panda.
Double entendre. But I'm back with so many knots. I need a chiropractor, and this is the final chapter. Why? Because I'm either frying after, or they gonna give me the needle like a vinyl scratcher.
So he says knots, he means like stacks.
Yeah, like knots of money.
And then chiropractor, I guess they get out knots.
Yeah.
Final chapter, because he's either gonna die, he's gonna be murdered or die.
He's gonna get the electric chair or get the needle like a vinyl scratcher.
Like
So
be murdered, like death row murdered.
yes, and then the vinyl scratcher is the DJ, which they drop the needle on the records, which is more old
But then also
school.
like the needle is the lethal injection.
Then he says, yeah, I'm a card like Hallmark at Walmart with a small cart buying wall art, and y'all who claim to be dogs aren't. No bite, like a tree, mostly just all bark, arf, arf.
So a card, like a Hallmark card, you can get cheaper cards at like Marshall's, just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a card is like that's a very old school saying, but if like
like
someone's
you're
a card,
like
yeah. I think it means like you're like
it's like calling someone
you're
you're
quick,
like
you're witty, I think, you know what I mean?
It's almost I thought calling someone a card was kind of like, oh, like you're comical, like you're funny.
Like witty, that's what I said, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he's I'm a card like Hallmark, so yeah. And then this is just being kind of silly. I doubt he's actually at Walmart with a small cart buying wall art. Maybe he is. I think it just rhymes though. All right. And then y'all who claims to be dogs aren't. So he introduces dog here. We get some more of it. So you're not dogs. You have no bite like a tree. You're mostly just all bark. So
So meaning you are all talk.
and trees have bark.
Yeah.
And
And you
then
can't fight.
and then he flips back, arf arf, like an actual animal dog.
Huh.
And then he says, "But y'all barking. No, wait, y'all picking the wrong tree. Okay, that's what it is. Y'all picking the wrong tree. They call me dog because I'm barking.
The bark king. King.
So
Like the king of the dogs.
no, he's the bar king.
Oh,
He's
okay.
the king of
Yes,
bars.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Like rap bars.
yeah. So he's like, you're picking the wrong tree. They call me dog because I'm bar king, and then obviously dogs bark.
Okay.
And I got a lot. Yeah, like where cars park.
Parking lot.
It's got a lot of bars, but also a parking lot. I describe it as bowling. Why? Ball hard.
Bowling balls are hard.
And he balls hard.
Yes.
Okay, so
Spends a lot of money.
this is the craziest part of the song, in my opinion. This bowling scheme that he started here with the bowling. He says, "'Cause the gutter's where my mind is, and when it's in this frame, better split like the 5 and the 10, 'cause without a second to spare, I'm striking again, and when the beat is up my alley, I go right for the pins."
So bowling scheme. So the
Crazy one.
gutter, like the gutter, when you like get your ball in the gutter, and then your mind's in the gutter, meaning like you're thinking dirty thoughts. And when
Yes.
it's in the frame, like the frame is like the thing that lines up the pins or whatever.
No, so the frame
No.
is just like, so there's 10 frames in bowling. So it's like when you roll the ball, like this is the first frame, the 10th frame. You know what I mean? So it's just it's a bowling term for like you get 10 tries technically. So
Oh,
you get two. If you don't get a strike, you get another chance. So whatever. It's like the first time you throw the ball, the first chance you get to get the 10 pins down. You know what I mean? That's a frame.
okay.
Yeah.
And then a split, that's when you got like one and one, right? Like one on each
When they're
side.
not next to each other, yeah.
Okay.
Like the 5 and the 10. So a 5-10 split is a very common split for some whatever the reason is. A lot of the times, the 5 pin and the 10 pin are the only ones left.
Okay.
That's known as a 5-10 split.
And then better split, meaning you better go. A second to spare. Spare is like a score you would get.
It's when you get the
You just explain it. You know more about bowling than
yeah.
I do. I don't
So
go bowling.
yeah, when you roll the ball, you could get if you get a strike, you get all 10 pins down on the first try, right? But in
Yeah.
each frame, you have two chances. If you get the rest of the pins down in the second, that's known as a spare, right?
Okay.
So that's why it's without a second to spare, I'm striking again. And then when the beat is up my alley, so the bowling alley, I go right for the pins. So it's a homophone play on the way he says it, pens and pins. So the bowling pins, and then when he likes the beat, when it's up his alley, he goes right to get his pen. All right. But yeah, I do think
Sorry.
that's a crazy scheme there. He says the cipher begins. I'm talking smack like heroin. The mic's a syringe. It's like a binge. Vicodin. I would liken to tin. My mind is a recycling bin.
It's kind of like a heroin scheme. So talking smack, like heroin, smack's another name for heroin. You shoot it up with a syringe. And then a binge, like when you're going on a drug binge. I would liken to tin. You could smoke it on tin foil.
Good, yeah.
Yes.
And then my mind is a recycling bin, which is usually made out of tin.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. And then he says, "There's no place I never been, but I never budge and I never bend. You hyperextend on me. This game's life, it depends, like adult diapers for men."
Okay, so it's kind of like a bending scheme. Like budge, bend,
Yeah.
diaper extend, and then depends are adult diapers for men
So
and women.
how do you actually interpret the last part of this? Where so he obviously does the I never budge, I never bend. Then this part, he says, "You hyperextend on me. This game's life, it depends, like adult diapers for men." So we obviously get the play on the Depends, which is the brand name of adult diapers for men, right? But so is he saying You hyperextend on me. This game's life. Do you get what
I don't
do
get
you get what I'm
it.
talking about? That it's worded weird.
I mean, I just don't understand what he's even saying there.
So yeah, he's saying he doesn't budge or bend, but you hyperextend on me. So I guess he's saying if you hyperextend on him, which is like, you go after him or whatever, this game's life, it depends. So I guess it depends if you're gonna live or not. Do you know what I mean?
I guess.
I think so. I'm getting the bars, but I'm missing. There's a little
Yeah, like
something
I
I'm
know what
unclear
depends
about.
are.
Yeah, it's this game's life that I'm like, wait, what? Whatever. All right. And then he continues. Even when I'm rapping less stellar, it's sour grapes. I still whine. I'm the best seller. Like a trade deuce, spray you as these shots penetrate through Dre's booth and go straight through your grapefruit. No escape route. It's
So
a
it's like a
crazy rhyme.
grape scheme, basically, because if sour grapes, wine, make grapes out of wine, a bestseller, it's like the best-selling wine, and then he goes
Wine
in.
cellar.
All right, wine cellar. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then he mentioned grapefruit, so I say grape scheme because it's grape.
Yeah, exactly.
Grape.
So yeah, he's saying even when I'm rapping less stellar, so when even I'm not at the top, right? Even when I'm not at my best, it's still sour grapes. I still whine. I'm the bestseller. So he's like, even if
Yeah,
I'm not that good, I'm still like, okay, maybe it's not my greatest, but I'm still selling better than everybody,
yeah.
which is pretty funny.
It's still sought after.
Yeah. I actually just heard the origins of sour grapes the other
It's
day,
a fable.
where you're like, he couldn't reach the grapes, right?
So he pretended like he
He's
didn't
like,
know.
oh, those grapes are sour anyway. I didn't
Yeah,
want them.
it's the fox and the something else.
Yeah.
And he can't reach them, so he decides he doesn't want them just because he can't attain it.
I did not remember. I think I heard that at one point when I was younger, but I did not remember. And then I was listening to a
Yeah.
podcast and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That's funny. Okay, yeah, then like a tray deuce, so 32, like a gun, spray as the shots penetrate through Dre's booth. So
Like
his
his rhymes.
yes, it's going through Dre's
But then
recording
also
booth
he's like shooting
and go
at the booth for some reason.
straight through your grapefruit. So
Your
through your head,
brain.
grape, no escape route. You can't get away from his attack of his
Yeah.
bars. So you won't leave here just scathed with a few scrape wounds. Your ass is grass, and I'm not going to graze you. But if bars were semi-max, I'd be the Mad Hatter, because I got so many caps, and you don't have any straps.
Okay. So you're gonna get hurt. Your ass is grass, which is what you say when you're gonna like fuck someone up, I guess. I haven't heard anyone say that in a really long time. And then I'm not gonna graze you, so he's not just gonna give it to you easy, right?
He combined like two sayings there,
Yeah.
grazing on grass, and then it's funny.
And if bars were semi-max, I'd be the Mad Hatter. Mad Hatter, a hatter, works in a hattery. They have hats, like the Mad Hatter. I guess was also a hat, worked in a hattery. I don't know.
From Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly
Well,
what.
the origin of being a Mad Hatter is they use a specific glue, and he was anyone who works in a hattery or whatever the hell you call it, they're using that glue all day, and he's getting them high and making them crazy. So they always refer to like people who make hats as mad.
Yeah, so he's doing the if bars were semi-max, I'd be the Mad Hatter because I got so many caps, you don't have any straps. So it's guns, right? Which goes back to the graze you, right? And then the scathe and escape
Oh
wounds.
yeah,
And then if bars were semi-max, so if his bars were like semi-automatic
semi-automatic
guns, he'd be the Mad Hatter because he has so many caps.
because he'd be
So
shooting all day,
and you don't have any straps, so
and you don't have a gun.
you have no guns / rhymes.
Sad.
Yes. All right. Then he says, so you'd be a fitted. So don't act like you fit into Snap.
Now we're doing a hat scheme.
Well, which he started
Continuing
before.
the hat
Yeah,
scheme.
so a fitted hat compared to a
Snapback.
yes.
You could have a fitted snap though, right?
No.
Or is it just a flat brim snap?
Now the fitted means there's no snap by definition. It's just one size.
But they're always flat brim. I've never seen a fitted not flat.
What do you mean?
Like where the brim is flat.
Well, that's up to the person. They decide how they want to bend
No,
it.
like baseball caps come like that.
No, they don't.
Duckbill hat. Yeah, they do. I bought them like that.
usually they don't. If you go to
My Yankee hat had that. My Mets hat had
you
that.
bend them yourself, typically they usually come
I
straight.
didn't bend it.
They usually come straight. So I have seen what you're talking about, where it will come. Some of them, the cheaper ones, will come
The
pre-bent.
black ones, I have like straight black hats. They're always bent. I don't bend them.
But generally, like the sports teams, like he goes on to talk about the Phillies, it's straight. Okay, so yeah, bitch, I'll pee on your head like a Phillies hat.
Because you gotta pee.
Yes, and it continued the hat scheme. No stopping me. You're on a window shopping spree. Bitch, you probably go broke at the Dollar Tree. You never buy shit. All you ever cops a plea.
So basically, never. What?
Your hand might
You
be
tell
blocking
me.
your. No. It's just your hand might be blocking your voice.
Oh shit! Where was I?
So no stopping me. You're on a window shopping spree. Bitch, you probably go broke at the Dollar Tree.
So you'll spend all your money, and you have no money.
Yeah, you can't even shop at the Dollar Tree. You never buy shit. All you ever cops a plea. So yeah.
It's like a plea deal.
And then so yeah, so you be fit. Don't act like you're fitting to snap, which is obviously the double entendre with the hat, but it's like act like you're gonna do something.
Yeah, like lose your shit.
Yeah, you don't do anything.
No.
You don't buy anything. You just cop please. You're always pumpkin out, like Halloween.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin. So you're punking out.
Yeah, like sitting out or whatever.
Yes. You'd rather opt to flee. You need to stop it, punk. Homie, you're not a G. Act like you got the pump. And if you're going to cock the heat or get the Glock and dump, bitch, if you shot a tree, you wouldn't pop the trunk.
Okay. So we got like another gun scheme.
Yeah.
It goes like the pump, cock it, Glock, shot, pop.
You're not going to do anything. You're going to run, stop it. You're not a G and acting like you got a gun, right? That you're going to cock it and dump, shoot, right? And then he says, if you shot a tree, you wouldn't pop the trunk, because pop the trunk is an expression to like go get your gun. Like, I'm about to pop the trunk on these motherfuckers. Like, I'm going to go grab my gun from the trunk. So that's why he says, bitch, if you shot a tree, you wouldn't pop the trunk.
Okay.
So
So like you don't have a gun.
Which is funny though, because
But then how can you shoot the tree?
Exactly. That's the whole point. If you shot a tree, you wouldn't pop the trunk.
Uh-huh.
It's impossible. You're like, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Then he says, yeah, and I'm buddies with Alfred. We about to disembowel them, gut them, and scalp them.
Nice.
Yeah, this is about to be the bloodiest outcome because we're going to make you bleed with every cut from this album. I love that line.
Kind of like self-explanatory.
It is. It's straightforward,
Yeah.
It's just the killing scheme, all that.
Yeah.
And then the bloodiest outcome, we're going to make you bleed with every cut from this album. So you obviously bleed from if you cut yourself, but then a cut is the track. So.
Oh.
And then the music.
I know that.
Yeah. So it's the music to be murdered by. So that goes with you're going to bleed with every cut from this album. You're going to be cut by each
all the
track. Yeah.
Because they're good.
It's very cool. Then he says, this is the fast part.
Oh yeah, my brain hurts.
So then he says, so I'm chopping them up like Dahmer, then the nut job with the nuts that are bigger than Jabba the Hutt. I'm in the cut and I'm out for the blood. I'm looking like it's that time of the month.
So Dahmer, serial killer.
Yep.
Chop people up.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying his balls are bigger than Jabba the Hutt's balls. I guess that means they're big.
Jabba the Hutt was just big fat, so yeah.
Yeah, I never seen his balls. In the cut, out for blood. That time of the month, your period, very bloody.
Yes.
Very bloody.
Then he says, carving them up with the bars while I sharpen them up. Dog and a mutt. I'm gonna fuck your mom in the butt with a thermometer. Fucking phenomenal. But y'all'll that's such a weird. Y'all'll get cut the fuck up like abdominals if you don't vominos. I keep dropping like dominoes. The formidable abominable.
Okay. So he brings dogs in here. Why?
Carving them up with the bars while I sharpen them up. Dog and a mutt. So
I don't
actually,
get it.
I
Why?
gotta see if that's right.
There's got to be a reason why.
Let's see. I sharpen them up. Dog and a mutt.
Why?
So I don't know if he's saying carving them up with the bars while I sharpen them up. Dog and a mutt. I'm gonna fuck your mom in the butt with. So I don't know if he's saying I'm a dog and you're a mutt. Jesus, that scared me. You actually scared me when you jumped.
It's my alarm. I don't know if you guys heard it, but it went off.
They could probably hear it. Usually they can't hear the sounds, but that's right next to the mic. So the sharpen them up, dog and a mutt. So I don't know if he's saying like I'm a dog and you're a mutt.
See, like what we've noticed is when we don't know why he says something and it seems like it's just thrown in there, it's usually for a reason. There's always a reason. And I don't know what the reason is here.
I think these. So this is so funny. I have the lyrics pulled up on my phone, which this video has been really good. We haven't had to refer to. And this is one of the only lines without an annotation on Genius, so nobody's commented on it. With the bars while I sharpen them up. So
I sharpen them up,
that makes sense.
dog in a mutt. I'm gonna fuck your mom in the butt with a thermometer. Oh, because that's how you take a dog's temperature.
Yes.
You got to put the thermometer in their butt.
No, I got that part, but the dog and the mutt. Oh, so I still think he's saying he's a dog. Oh, he's saying I'm a dog and I'm a mutt. So like I'm a dog, but I'm also a mutt.
Okay.
I think that's what he's saying. Do you know what I mean?
Fair.
Because like a mutt is like a mixed breed as opposed to like a purebred, right? So I think he's calling himself a dog. And then yes, fuck your mom in the butt with the thermometer, like you just said.
You put the thermometer in dog's butt. You can't take their temperature orally, obviously, because it doesn't work like that.
Yeah. And then he says fucking phenomenal. But
so it was great.
y'all
Phenomenal butt.
y'all get cut the fuck up like abdominals.
Like when you work out, you get a 6-pack or like an 8-pack if you're lucky.
Yes, if you don't vominos.
If you don't leave.
I keep dropping like dominoes. Game.
Formidable, abominable,
Yes.
snowman.
Yes. Stomping a mud hole in my comp, even if it's off the top of the dome. Son 'em, get the copper tone. I'm at the stop and go, copping the mop and glow. Got your stomach in knots, like you swallowed rope. You out of pocket though, like a motherfucking wallet stole.
Stomping a mud hole, like your butthole.
Stomping a mud hole in my comp. So if you're putting a mud hole, so if you stomp someone to a mud hole, you're like
Killing them?
yeah, but literally like you're making like a hole out of them. Like you know what I mean? Like
putting the hole
in the
on
ground,
them? In them?
a mud hole.
Putting them in a hole?
Yeah, stomping a mud hole. So you're putting like a mud hole.
And
A
then
hole in
copper
them.
tone sunscreen.
So yeah, so stopping a mud hole in his competition, even if it's all so even if he's not writing, if he's just freestyling, right, he's gonna kill them. Then he says, "Son 'em, get the copper tone."
So I get that sun, copper tone, sunscreen, but what does sunum mean?
I make you my son.
Sunum?
Yeah, I
Oh,
make you my son. I'm your dad. You
okay.
know what I mean?
You're my
If you're
dad now.
sunning someone, it means you're making them like a little boy and like you're their father and like you're reprimanding them, you fathered them,
Okay.
It's common in hip hop. We heard him talk about that with like Machine Gun Kelly.
Okay. Okay.
And then
Stop and go, like stop and shop, getting mop and glow, clean the floor, I guess from all the blood
yeah.
and whatnot. Get your stomach in knots like you swallowed a rope because you put knots in a rope. Nah. Out of pocket, like someone stole your wallet.
Yeah. You're out of pocket, meaning you're
Out
doing
of
something you shouldn't be
you're not
doing.
yeah, you're not in your element.
And then he just says, wait, why'd the beat cut off? Fuck it.
Okay. Yeah, because it goes silent. I remember
Yeah,
I was
his
still
last
like
few
bopping my
bars.
head to nothing. I was like, oh, I didn't even realize it stopped.
Yeah, he was still rapping without the
Oh,
yes. 53 minutes.
we're not done yet.
I know. I'm just saying.
So you're probably gonna win this over under because I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
for
drag it
7
out just
minutes.
for fun.
No.
So I lost.
So yeah,
That's good for
Alfred's
you
theme.
guys. Good for us too, because people see at over our video, they're like, "Woof, no, thank you."
Especially for one song.
Yeah, exactly. But there's a lot in this song, a lot going on, a lot of one-liners. It's pretty crazy. Very many bars and stuff. Like, I don't know if you have ever tried to make videos like this, but sometimes you're just like, my brain is hurting at this point, and I need to stop. But we don't pause; we go straight through. So that's why sometimes you see me losing gumption. But yeah, it's a great song. It's very impressive. He gets a lot in there. He does his fast rhyme at the end. He likes to throw in, like, show his skill there. And then he's got a lot of good bars, like one-liners. And then the beat's pretty cool. It reminds me of like an old school carnival,
It's Alfred
like a
Hitchcock's
creepy carnival.
it's Alfred Hitchcock's theme song from the show.
Yeah, I never saw it. It
Yeah.
just sounds like a carnival.
Well, yeah, it's very similar to that. So yeah, this is by far, I think, the longest. I don't think any of the other songs are this long on
No.
this.
Which is interesting because I remember a lot of his other older videos used to be super, super long, and I would be like, oh my God,
Yeah,
so much.
a lot of these have been shorter on this
Yeah,
album.
which I appreciate.
Yeah,
I
so
appreciate it.
I love this song. It's one, like I told you, I think it's like one of the more popular songs on this album. I believe there was a bunch of other reaction videos to this. I feel like I remember seeing them. Um, yeah, it's just straight bars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
There's no chorus. It's not like there's no story. Like this is
No,
meant for him to showcase his,
skills.
yeah, and he did it. You know, he's changing his flow, stuff like that. It's crazy. It's a lot. I'm not sure how many other rappers could do this. You know.
Yeah, I agree. No, it's really good. It's very impressive.
Yeah, and I agree with you. The beat's awesome. It's a great
Yeah,
sample. It ties the whole album together. It's awesome. Yeah, it's great.
yeah, I agree. Completely agree.
Yes.
So yeah, so I will lose my over under. I've lost the bet. And definitely check out Carnivore Snacks and SeatGeek. Follow us on social media channels if you'd like to. And we'll see you guys soon.
See. Bye.